From the dawn of civilization, cows have been an integral part of human life. In many countries, agriculture flourished for thousands of years without grossly disturbing the natural cycles of the environment because it was based on cows. Given the status of a mother in Indian culture, the holy cow is worshipped for her indispensable importance to human life. However, the bond between cows and human culture was severed with the growth of science and technology following the Industrial Revolution. For instance, traditional agriculture practices in India were heavily dependent on cows. Bulls were engaged in plowing the soil before planting seeds, and cow dung and cow urine were used in making natural fertilizers and pest repellents. But with the onslaught of chemical and petroleum-derived pesticides and fertilizers, the cows have lost their place in agriculture.
And across the country, if you take about 50-55% of the total chemical pesticides are consumed by the cotton farmers. The kind of chemical pesticides used not only increase the cost of cultivation but also increase the pest resistance. As a result, farmers have to spray more or more number of times, or use more powerful pesticides, or make a concoctions of these pesticides and then spray. And as a result, we have seen large number of pesticide poisoning cases happening, and farmers getting admitted into hospitals and then dying during the spraying. This is one of the very common feature which we have seen in the farms in Telangana.
With the erosion of cow culture, a dangerous nexus has formed between toxic pesticides, costly chemical fertilizers, mechanized agriculture, genetically modified seeds, and industrialized economies. This collusion has also led to the destruction of ecological balance and social happiness, as evident in the millions of farmer suicides in India following the introduction of chemical agriculture in the so-called Green Revolution. There is a solution, and we want to be a part of it. Amsu is our humble effort to revive traditional technologies and techniques in cloth making and begin untangling the mess one thread at a time. Bringing back cows into our culture can happen easily when we localize our lifestyles and live simply in villages. Amsu began in 2016 with 6 farmers, 11 cows, and 19 acres of land spread across a small village in South India named Polkampalli. Here, we are training farmers to cultivate indigenous organic cotton using cow-based natural farming practices. And we are generating opportunities for local artisans to make and sell hand-spun, hand-woven, and naturally dyed cloth from harvested cotton. Amsu is working on preserving and reviving traditional technologies of cloth making. For example, to remove seeds from cotton, we use hand-cranked wooden tools. Dust and dirt are removed from the cotton using a bow-like wooden device called vidhunoti, the likes of which have been used in India for several thousands of years. The humble charkha was elevated to being a symbol of India's independence in the British era, when Mahatma Gandhi urged Indians to spin their own yarn, which was a daily chore for them, before the East India Company dismantled India's rural cloth economies. Since village life has changed much in post-independence India, we use the Ambar Charkha, an improvised version that helps us provide employment to rural women in Polkampalli. Chemical dyes derived from petroleum and toxic heavy metals are commonplace in the modern textile industry. In contrast, Amsu uses natural dyes obtained from plant parts such as flowers, roots, seeds, and bark, which have traditionally adorned handmade yarn and cloth. Cow products such as cow urine, cow milk, and cow dung are often used in the dyeing processes which were developed in an era when humans lived close to nature. It is not impossible to develop systems centered on cow culture to produce cloth, even if it is not easy to establish them. Although not all ancient technologies are immediately replicable, we are using some of them to reduce the social and ecological costs that are externalized by modern industries. We have employed nearly 20 people in the process of reviving these age-old cow-based cloth technologies. Every Amsu shirt you buy plays part in building the new future.
మాకు 3-4 ఏళ్ల సంది పని లేదు వంశు సంస్థ వాళ్ళు పని కల్పించిండు పని.
As we embark on shaping our own lives around the philosophies of Goseva, Ahimsa, and Swarajya, we have also touched the lives of others around us. Not only have we revived the livelihoods of 20 people, including weavers, yarn spinners, and farmers, we have also invested in their betterment by offering training and support.
నువ్వు ఇదే విధంగా మందు గుప్పి మందు కొడితే కదా చెట్టే ఉండదు, ఇంకా కాయం కాదు.
అదే
సైజు రావాలంటే నువ్వు పెంట పోస్తే తీరుంటుంది, మందులు గుప్తే తీరుంటుంది. ఇది ఇంకా
Polkampalli is but one village and Amsu is but one project. What we have accomplished and hope to accomplish is a fraction of what is truly necessary to rebuild the social systems that uphold the relationship between cows and humans. There is so much more to be done. Cow culture is calling upon each one of us to contribute in whatever ways we can as consumers, investors, experimenters, entrepreneurs, or advocates to further this movement on to the future generations.
Sujana